Hi, I'm Kristen, and you're watching Kristen Cooks. And I have an ingredient that I have used in both of these recipes here. So let's get going. So, first, I think I'm going to make is protein cheddar bagels. Okay, just 3 ingredients, right? 3. So, in this bowl, I have 1 cup of bread flour and 1 cup of Greek yogurt. That is the secret ingredient that I'm going to be working with in this video. So that's going to add extra protein and a little bit healthier for you. So, and then 1 tablespoon of baking powder, and to season it, I'm going to put in some garlic salts. So added protein. Oh, and cheddar cheese. That's going to go in also. So I just have the flour, the Greek yogurt, the garlic salts, and I'm just going to mix this until a dough begins to form. And here we go. If you want to, you can also add jalapenos along with the cheddar cheese, or you could just do jalapenos. But in my case, I'm just going to do cheddar cheese. And this Greek yogurt is going to make these homemade bagels just really light and just overall better for you. You know, you have a lot of live good bacteria in the yogurt that is good for your gut, and added protein. That's always a plus. So I'm just going to keep working this dough carefully with one hand. I had to kind of hold my phone with the other. But this is what it's going to look like when it's all appropriately combined. Okay. And this dough is going to make 4 bagels. So I'm just going to split this into as equally as I can into 4 dough balls. One pro tip though, I highly recommend using bread flour in this recipe. This has been going around the internet for a while now, and I've done this quite a few times with both all-purpose flour and bread flour. And the bread flour is by far much better because the dough is really not as sticky as with all-purpose flour. I was really surprised by this. But we just had some in the cupboard, and I just kind of wanted to give it a try, see what happens, and it came out a lot better, I think. But both will work. It's just a little harder to maneuver the dough with all-purpose flour instead of bread flour. So just something to keep in mind if you make these for yourself at home. And it's just a really easy way to make bagels, and it's really fast. The longest thing it takes to do this recipe is baking them, and that's it. Like, it comes together really easy, and they're good, and you can keep them for a couple days and make a breakfast sandwich out of them, or just toast them up and put some cream cheese on them. Like, these are just a really good little snack to have around. Yeah, and they're really good too. I like them, and my kids like them. And, when you're trying to eat a little bit healthier, it really helps to have good snacks just kind of hanging around and already made so that you can grab them whenever you're hungry, and you just don't go for the chips in the cupboard or whatever. You have something with some nutritional value in it, okay, is what I'm getting at. So here is the bagel. You just take one ball, and as you saw me doing, you just kind of roll it into like a snake shape, and then just bring the 2 ends together, pinch them so they stay together, and make your hole in the middle, and voila, you have a bagel. And then to make them golden brown and to make the cheese stick, because I'm going to add a little bit more cheese to the top of these, you add an egg wash. And just brush the whole thing with the egg wash. I mean, you don't have to get the bottom or anything, but just take a a little brush and brush the egg wash all over each bagel before they go in the oven, of course. I'm going to be adding, as I said, a little bit more cheddar cheese to the top of mine. We love the cheese bread that you get in the store, you know, or the cheese bagels. They're just so good. We love them. So here goes some more cheddar cheese. And then also, you know, you could add everything but the bagel seasoning instead of the cheese on top. And you could also add in some jalapenos if you want. It's just really versatile. You can do with it however you want. So 375 in the oven for about 25 to 30 minutes. I did mine for 30 minutes. And they came out really great. They take a little bit longer to bake than you think. You could go anywhere from 25 to 35 minutes. And that would probably work out just fine. But they'll be golden brown when they come out. And then this is the next morning. I just put them in a container with a parchment. And now I'm ready for breakfast. So I'm just going to slice my little bagel in half. Just like this. There you see. Doesn't that look yummy, yummy, yummy? So I'm going to put it in the toaster on the bagel seasoning, the bagel setting. Sorry. And these take a little while to toast too. I put it all the way to 7 minutes. All the way. There you go. Okay, while that's toasting, I'm just going to make an egg here for my sandwich. And here's the bagel, all toasted and warm. And it just smells so good too with the cheese. It's so yummy. And right here, you could just do cream cheese if you wanted. You don't have to eat it with an egg, but I'm in the mood for an egg sandwich this morning. So here goes the fried egg. Also, I put some Cholula. I didn't show that, but I love Cholula on my egg sandwiches, so I did put that on before I ate it. But here it is. Gorgeous. Look at that. Filling and lots of protein with the egg and the Greek yogurt. And it's beautiful. I'll have it typed out for you in the description box. So another recipe that I like to make with Greek yogurt is banana bread. We love banana bread in my house. It never ever stays very long once I make it. We just eat it really fast. It's so good. So I have like 4 really ripe bananas here. The darker the banana peel is, the sweeter the banana is going to get. So I like to let mine get pretty brown. And then you just put them in a bowl and get a fork and mash them, set them aside. I'll type this recipe out for you also. I have a cookbook that I get this recipe out of, and I've had that cookbook for years. So, I mean, a long time, a really long time. So let's see. I have some butter here. As I said, for exact measurements, the recipe will be provided for you by me. You're welcome. So softened butter, I didn't mean to melt it a little bit, but I did. Oops, but it turned out fine. So we're just going to cream together some granulated sugar and the softened butter, or melted in my case. I didn't mean to do that. So yeah, just till it's nice and light and fluffy, which doesn't take long at all. You could also do this in the stand mixer too if you have one, but I didn't want to do that, so we're just doing it like this. So then we're going to add in 2 eggs, one at a time. Just mix it until you can't see the egg anymore, and then it is time to add in the second one. Right there. Very good. I've been making this same recipe, as I said, for many, many years, and it always turns out really, really good. Just like that. Okay, that's good. Set that aside. And now we're going to work on the dry ingredients. So in a separate bowl, we're going to add in 2.5 cups of all-purpose flour. We have some baking soda and baking powder here. That's going to help make our banana breads nice and fluffy. And then this is optional, but I always add in some ground cinnamon. I love the warm spice. Also optional, you could put in some wheat germ for some added nutritional value, or, ground flaxseed, which is what I have here, I believe. Just really, really good nutritional things to add to your banana bread. And a pinch of salt. As you know, I like cinnamon, so I did add some more in there. And then whisk everything together. So it's nice. It mixes in really nice with the wet ingredients. So now it's time to get it all together. So to the butter sugar mixture here, I'm just going to put in all of the mashed bananas, and then half of the dry ingredients, and then half of, in the recipe, it calls for sour cream, but as I said before, I really like to sub in Greek yogurt. So that's what I'm doing here, a half a cup. You could also add in a little bit of applesauce if you wanted to do that. Make it a little moist and just gives it a little bit more sweet flavor. And then on top of the Greek yogurt, I'm adding in the rest of the flour. And then here I'm taking my beaters and I'm just going to quickly just begin to get all of these ingredients mixed together. You want to do this step as quickly as possible because you don't want to overmix and create dense banana bread. So once it's almost all the way incorporated, I will just get a spatula and kind of continue to fold the ingredients together just to make sure that I'm not over mixing. So I'm just going until I don't see any more of the dry flour. So once I've gotten to that point, then here I'm going to add in chocolate chips. You don't have to add chocolate chips to yours if you don't want to. You could add some walnuts or pecans, or nothing at all. Or you could also add in some grated zucchini too. Sometimes I like to prep some veggies and put them in my freezer for times like this. So then I have 2 9x5 metal bread pans here, loaf pans. And I buttered them really well and floured them. And this will help the banana bread to get nice and tall in those loaf pans. That is the reason why you would flour a cake pan or a loaf pan. But anyway, I'm just going to equally distribute the banana bread batter between both of the loaf pans. Right here. I just love banana bread. And, Greek yogurt is such a versatile ingredient too. I mean, there are so many different ways that you can use Greek yogurt. I just love it. I don't normally eat it on its own, to be honest, because it's a little bit too of that bitter, not bitter, but just really kind of sour kind of taste that I just don't usually eat it on its own. I always have to add different things to it, but I still love Greek yogurt. So for a little bit extra texture on my banana bread, I like to sprinkle on some turbinado sugar. This sugar will not melt in the oven. It will stay crunchy and really granular, as you can see here. But I've been doing this for a long time and I just love it. It just gives a little extra crunch on top of that really soft, tender banana bread. Also, because it is chocolate chip banana bread, I'm going to add in some more chocolate chips on top just to really illustrate what is inside my banana bread. So 350 for about 45 minutes. And this is what they're going to look like when they come out of the oven. Nice and golden brown and set. No jiggliness here. It's just going to look just gorgeous like this. Oh my gosh. Okay, and then get a toothpick and insert in the center of each banana bread loaf. And if it comes out clean, you're done. No crumbs or anything on that toothpick, then the banana bread is cooked just perfectly, which is what we have right here. Just a little bit of chocolate on the toothpick there from the melted chocolate chips. But it's perfect. So I like to just set it, to the back of the stovetop there, and just let it hang out and let it cool. And this is what it looks like on the inside. Oh my gosh, that looks so good. So I hope that you really enjoyed my little Greek yogurt tutorial, and I hope you make some of these recipes. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.